What's up guys, Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this we'll be doing 3 different teams I used for Zero Stamina, Kai, or New Colosseum, Diamante, dang it's hard to say, and we're going over different teams, some teams we got from Gamewith, some teams we made ourselves, and kind of a mix and match between the teams, as well as the walkthrough for each of the teams so that you guys know exactly how they work. The link for the Gamewith team is going to be in the description below, so if you do need that, you'll be able to check that out as well to see everything angle stage and the breakdown per stage, and I'll give you my verbal walkthrough so you can actually understand how you're supposed to do each single stage, because translations get kind of hinky, and one of the teams actually has a bug in it, which is really funny, and I thought it was really cool that that's why the team worked, and overall it's pretty funny that that bug exists. But alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the teams. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first team we're going to be running today is going to be a Marco, double Marco team for the new V2 Strength Marco. On stage 1 here, what you're going to do is kill all of the ads except for the Princess Turtle as best you can. Make sure not to get any of the ads below 50% HP, because if you do get them below 50% HP, you're going to get them either blinding you or binding you or whatnot, and nobody wants that. On stage 2 here, what you're going to do is popping the Senor Pink special to get rid of the damage immunity buff, and you'll also be just going in with a Sabo special in order to kill the Bartolomeo and hopefully one of the ads, depending on your attack order. Overall, this team does work pretty well for this stage here, and then you're going to be stalling on one of the back ads, probably the back right or the back left ad, depending on which one you prefer. The team makeup is going to be this Strength Marco, who is going to be a 2.5 times fighter captain that's going to heal, I believe, 3 times his recovery, or 5 times, I can't remember, at the end of every turn, and also boost your team's recovery by 1.3. And unfortunately, those two don't stack, but he's still a great captain. Now, the meat orbs I'm healing for this team are really, really strong. I'm hitting for about 4,600 meat orbs. Well, sorry, 5,800 meat orbs with about 4,600 healing every single turn, which is really, really, really strong. This is basically like the new Enel mechanic where you're able to have higher values of HP, as well as get lots of damage on your team, so it's really great. On the Usopp stage right here, what we're going to be doing is popping a Sabo special in order to kill the Usopp. You can also pop your 20th Luffy if you want to as well. Totally fine, up to you. I'm also popping the Mancherry special here to get rid of the poison and bring my HP back up to full, just in case I do take a little bit too much damage. Overall, the team is totally fine and works actually pretty good. The 20th Luffy also provides a chain boost, which is not a huge boost, but it does help out a little bit when you're getting to the higher values for your attack. And make sure you're attacking with your Marcos last, because the Marcos are receiving a 1.75 stat boost for this Colosseum, for Kai Colosseum. Now you're just going to be stalling out on the back right guy. You can either start on the back right guy, back left guy, whatever you want to do. I prefer the back right guy because it's a little easier for me. And overall, then you're just going to be, after you get your specials back up, you're going to be going into the next room with Orlumbus. Now the Orlumbus stage is probably the whole crux of the Colosseum and the hardest stage for everybody, for a lot of different teams. You're going to switch all your orbs into block orbs, and also give you paralysis for a number of turns. And that part can be pretty annoying. We're going to be doing the same thing as you did last stage. Pop your Luffy special, Mancherry special, and Sabo special. And then you're going to go all in on the Orlumbus. Now there is a Sai and Strength character that are going to attack you this turn. The middle back character will bind Strength characters, and that's really the only character you have to be watching out for. The reason you have to watch out for that guy is because your captains are Strength. So if that guy is out first, then you're probably going to have to kill that guy on turn 1 and then switch to Orlumbus. Then what you're going to be doing is going all in on the ads. If you do need to, you can pop a Friend Captain Marco special or your Captain Marco special, whatever you want, to reduce damage here and also give yourself a nice chain boost. It's a 0.75 chain boost, I believe, so it really is kind of nice. So your earlier hits are actually being much, much harder. And make sure that you're just switching over to Orlumbus to actually get the kill on him for this turn. Then you're going to be stalling out for the rest of the stage, so you get all your specials back up just like the last time. Now, you can pop 2 separate chain boosts in order to get your the damage rush from Marco. If you're not aware what Marco does, Marco is going to be a 90% defense reducer, as well as removing attack down and I think and bind. And if you do have 3 strength characters in your team, he's also going to boost your chain multiplier by 0.75, which is actually very, very handy for damage. The Senor Pink only does 30 times weight attack in his type in quick damage to every unit in the team, on the field in quick damage, and then if they have a damage immunity buff, will remove damage immunity. Unfortunately, Senor Pink is a shooter and free spirit character instead of a fighter free spirit character, so he's really not getting any boost for this team. So don't try to end your attacks on Senor Pink. You just use for that that special ability. The Luffy actually provides a decent amount of damage and enables Marco's special to work. On this Lapin stage, what you're wanting to do is you want to kill the quick Dex and side characters on the first turn, and hopefully one of the Lapins as well. You can just be popping a Sabo special, and you don't have to stall on the Orlumbus stage because you're getting all your specials rolled forward. I didn't know that when the first time I was running through, but I did stall on the Orlumbus stage because I didn't know that. But you do get all your specials rolled forward, so you do not have to stall on the Orlumbus stage, which is kind of funny. When we get to this stage here, what you're doing is stalling out on a Lapin. You can start to get yourself some meat orbs if you want to, but you're only going to be taking about 1,000 damage collectively every single turn. So you need to get 1 meat orb every 4 or 5 turns. So it's really not that bad for stalling. Totally fine. And you can see my meat orbs sitting for 5,800. Totally masked with the meat orbs, which is really, really great because of the double 1.3 times recovery boost that you're getting, plus all the characters with high recovery on your team. Overall, then when you kill, you're going to kill the Lapin and then go to the next stage with the Strength Young Doflamingo. And with Strength Young Doflamingo, you gotta be a little careful here because what he's gonna do is he's gonna HP cut you every single turn by 10% for 99 turns. You're gonna be completely delay immune. He's gonna give you paralysis for your entire team for 3 turns, and he's also going to what's the other thing he does? Switch all your orbs into tandem and bomb orbs. Then if you get hit on the first turn, he's then going to just do damage to you. I think it's about 8,000, 10,000 damage he's going to deal to you. And if you get him below 30, I think if you get him below 50%, he's going to hit you for 30%, he's going to hit you for 20,000 or something like that. And that part's never nice. But you can reduce that with damage reduction, so if you are using a damage reducer, you can reduce the damage that's incoming. Overall, it's kind of mean. This guy kind of sucks. What I did here is I just stalled out for meat orbs and waited for my Luffy special. I would have actually just killed him earlier, but I didn't realize on the last room you actually can't even use a Luffy special, and I would have used it way earlier had I known that. But we're totally fine on going into the room early. We could have gone in a lot earlier here, but I guess I just didn't know. So once you burst on him, just make sure you kill him right away. On deck, he's going to seal your entire team except for your captain for 6 turns. So that means you need a special seal. And he's going to bind your bottom row for 6 turns. So the two most important special sockets to have for this Kai Colosseum Zero Stamina are going to be level 3 bind and level 5 auto heal. Definitely very, very useful and definitely needed. Now also this team has pinch healing, which is also nice because then you're able to get lots of healing up when you're on the final stage here. So you have lots of healing on the Marco. It actually heals quite a bit. So dupes on the Marco are going to be really interesting for the future, for future Kai Colosseum content. Now when we get to the Diamante stage, Diamante stage is actually a very interesting stage because you can't really use the Sabo special. I didn't know that going into it. You can't use any kind of AoE damage effects. You can use the Senor Pink, which I did find out at a later date, but you can't use the Sabo special, which is really weird. So now what I did was I popped my Marco special in order to get rid of the bind and also give myself some damage reduction. And we're going to kill 3 of the ads as best we can here. And we definitely want to kill as many as we can, and then we're going to kill the cannon guy on the following turn. The cannon guy is very near necessary to hit because the cannon guy hits for about 10k. And the Diamante is going to hit for about 8,000, 9,000 I think, something there. And depending on your damage reduction. And the cannon guy is 10k every 3 turns. The slasher dude is going to hit for about 6,000 every 2 turns. So overall, they do about the same amount of damage between the two of them. But I prefer to have the alternating damage just to make it a little easier for myself. Up to you. Just keep one guy alive. Don't kill all of them. And then you're gonna just stall out on not really stall out. You're gonna just slowly kill Diamante over time. And right here's what I figured out on the next turn, where I I didn't know, but I figured out that you can't use any kind of specials that I have on this team in order to do damage. And this is where I just start hitting him in order to kill him. The team gets kind of close because of everything, but you're actually perfectly fine because of the damage reduction from the Marco, as well as any meat orbs you get that you eat, because you're able for a large amount of HP, and you can get super, super low. I pop the ship special for the healing, and I also have the man share for the healing just in case. So you could probably do it without the ship, but the ship definitely makes it very, very easy in order to get this done. If you have the boa ship, that would be a nice alternative because you can use that more often and whenever you want, so you don't have to worry about being low HP. You can use it earlier if you want to. And the nice thing with this Marco is you get any kind of meat orbs at all, your health goes way, way up. Overall, I did like this team. This is definitely my safest team, and if I had known what to do on any of the stages, I would have done this faster. And here's what I figured out. Even if you use the Sabo special or any kind of special on Diamante, if he is below 20% HP, even with the new damage immunity that he's going to get for one turn, he's still gonna kill you, which is weird. It's kind of a weird mechanic where he, like, even if you do damage to him that ends up being 0 damage, he's still gonna do an interrupt on you, which I don't like, but it is what it is. And basically, you just have to keep auto attacking Diamante till you kill him. You don't have to worry about any specials for the Diamante. You don't have to stall for anything for the Diamante. You just basically go in and kill him. The Manchury special is probably the most needed special for this stage, just for the heal, just in case you get in trouble. And you can see I didn't really even need the Manchury special because of the massive healing you get from meat orbs of this. So if you do get lots of meat orbs, then you're totally fine. Overall, this is a very, very safe team because of the amount of healing, but you can do whatever you'd like to do as far as that goes. The next team we're going to do today is going to be a team we got off Gamewith, and this team is probably the most free-to-play friendly team they can run. Of course, you need Manchury, so if you don't have Manchury, the team kind of falls apart. But you can use a Dex Smoker instead of the Manchury. It just becomes a lot harder because you have to use a 50% damage reducer over 3 turns versus using a character that heals and gets rid of poison. So it can be a lot closer if you don't have the Manchury, but you can definitely do it with the Smoker. It's definitely possible. On stage 1, you just pop a Sabo special in order to clear the ads. Stage 2, you're going to be popping your friend Captain Barto special in order to kill the left and right ad on the second turn, and then you're going to be going in on the Barto afterward. You basically just got to keep attacking the Barto through his orb seal barrier with the correct orbs and do that. Just keep farming orbs to do it that way. Overall, this team is kind of annoying. You're going to be popping a Barto special on this next stage in order to kill the Usopp, and make sure you pop the Barto and the Dofi special as well. You can also pop. You're also going to be popping the Anil special to get rid of the attack down. Give yourself a chain boost as well. Now you're going to be stalling up on this last guy here in order to get your specials back up, and it's going to be kind of a medium stall, not like a super, super long stall, but just a medium stall. And then you're going to be going into the room with Orlumbus. Big thing on this team is you got to make sure to use your friend captain special appropriately and your captain appropriately, and use them in the correct order, because if you don't, your friend captain seal can actually screw you over if you just wait on the friend captain seal. So the character that gets sealed, when they get sealed, is going to be when you go into the Lappin stage on stage 5. Otherwise, the team is pretty simple for stalling and just going through and making sure that you get everything done all the way through. From this point on, you're going to be basically popping all of your specials in stages in sequence. You're going to be popping the Sabo special to get some damage with the Anil special here, and just go all in on some of the characters. What it says to do is just go all in on Orlumbus every stage right away, and then you pop your Barto special when you're going to take a lot of damage. Just make sure you pop your friend Captain Barto special, so your special if you're worried about your specials, and you'll be totally fine. Overall, it's not that difficult of a stage, and then we get to the next stage with the Lappins, it becomes much less difficult as well. Now going into the Doflamingo room, which becomes a little bit more difficult from this point on. But all you're going to do here is you're going to be popping an animal special in order to get rid of the paralysis, and then you're going to start attacking him for a couple turns. Big part of this team is just you're going to hit him for a couple turns until you get him to a place where you want to destroy him, and then you're going to pop a Barto special. You're going to be popping a Doflamingo special in order to make sure you get orbs and then kill him. Some orb luck is required on this team, which is a little annoying, but you kind of pull through. On the first turn here, of course, we get hit for that 15,000 because of Barto. I think it's about 20,000 all said and done. But you'll be able to just heal through it if you wait the 2 turns. Since if you go into the final room with enough HP, you should be perfectly fine to heal back up to a good level and be able to kill this Doflamingo without much issue. So I actually kind of messed up here, and what I should have done before I go to the next room is pop the Man-Cherry special, and the reason that would have been a good idea is because going into the final room with full HP would have been a much better plan than going in without full HP. My thought was like, wait, I can use the Man-Cherry to get rid of special silence when she gets out of it, and I forgot she doesn't remove her own special seal, so that was like, oh no! So it became not that smart of a plan. But if you use the Man-Cherry before you go in the room, you should have it up again so you can actually get some good healing in, so you'll be perfectly fine. Definitely want to be at full HP going into the final room and stalling as long as you can on the Doflamingo in order to get that to happen. You can't use the Sabo special, but you can use the Doflamingo special, so just waiting at the Doflamingo and the Enel special are what you gotta do. You want to kill all the ads as best you can here, and then just do as much damage to Doflamingo. Want to make sure that you leave one of the ads alive, of course, and make sure you leave the correct ad alive. What I did was I left the yellow dude alive instead of like the cannon dude or something like that, because he was the easiest to leave alive for me. And then we're gonna just go ahead and take hits from Doflamingo. I got actually really lucky with some meat orbs because I messed up, but otherwise it would have been perfectly fine to actually use the Man-Cherry special before going into the room, and we would have been fine. But overall, the team is pretty simple. You just keep auto-attacking Doflamingo until your specials are up, and then you burst Doflamingo from above 20% in order to kill him. But the team is semi-safe, pretty cool, pretty easy, and mostly free-to-play. And free-to-play if you do it correctly.
Familiar faces prolong the embraces. We were always one for the breakaway, but we're nearing chances to wake the day.
The next team we're going to be running today is going to be a Senor Pink and Bonney team. And this team is another team we got off Gamewith. And I actually kind of messed up and got one of the ads below 50%, so they bound me for 10 turns, which you shouldn't do, and that part's kind of annoying. The main thing on this first turn, though, if you don't mess up like that, is what you want to do is keep an orb on your Shirahoshi. The reason you want to keep the meat orb on your Shirahoshi because that will provide the most amount of damage for your team, and then you're going to be going into the next room. Stocking up on orbs and making sure you have enough orbs to kill this stage will be great. You're going to be popping a Senor Pink special and a Shirahoshi special to get rid of the attack down as well as heal you for a couple turns. Now, then try to kill the Bartolomeo. If you do have all of your hits up, you will be able to kill this guy, the Bartolomeo, in the first turn, and you won't have to take a hit on the Bartolomeo. My suggestion is kill the Barto and leave an ad alive, because that will actually provide you a little bit more healing in order to get to the next stage. Now, on the next stage here, we're going to be popping a guard special in order to get delay as well as attack. A nice attack here, and you can try to heal with meat orbs, but meat orbs really don't provide too much. They give you about 150 healing because of the crew special, and then about 100 or so healing depending on your recovery, because of the recovery down and all the stuff you get from the body. So overall, that's kind of sucks, but you know what you do. Then you're gonna be stalling out for like 2 turns on this strength dude, but you don't have to worry about that too much. The reason I stalled there is just to make my life a little easier, just in case I had some specials coming up. Then on the next stage, you're going to be popping the Bonney special as well as the Shank special, and then you're going to be attacking Orlumbus straight away and try to kill some of the ads. What I do is attack with the Shirahoshi and then both of the Bonney and the Marco. And if you do hit your perfects, you are able to kill about 2 ads, but this is me, this is my like 4th run through on this team, and I'm really triggered at this point and just missing perfects all day long. So I do mess up a lot more here. I'm really triggered on this team, but it does work pretty well if you do it correctly. If you don't hit grades and hit perfects a lot more, it's actually a lot safer. And then you want to go into the next room, not with as much HP as possible, but just as best you can. You're going to get your free spirit specials rolled forward, so pretty much everybody's going to have their specials rolled forward. And you could have used the Marco special earlier in order to get his special back up too, in order to reduce your damage some. So you could have done that. I just didn't think about that before going into it. I just couldn't click the strength guy here, but you're supposed to do stall on the Princess Turtle and not the Lapins to get yourself a little bit extra turns to get some healing back up. That's really all you're trying to do, is just get your health back up. And it was kind of unfortunate and very, very annoying for that to happen. But it is what it is. Now, going into this next room here, we're gonna get we got really bad luck. We're gonna all tandem bomb. We have 2 matching ropes here, but when we pop our special, we're actually gonna get a couple more. The Shirahoshi is gonna be healing for 7,000 every single turn, which gives us just enough HP with damage reduction to survive the first hit from Doflamingo for this team. Lots and lots of candies, by the way. Then he's going to also roll back our specials for our 2 turns. And then there's actually something really funny on this team that we didn't catch until the end. And on this 3rd turn here, you're going to see that the 2nd turn here, I'm doing damage just normally. And the 3rd turn, I'm just going to be going in and trying to kill him. But I have 1 turn left on this recovery buff. And watch what actually happens. I think it's pretty funny. We actually caught this after the stream. We didn't know how it happened. But look, if you watch it really closely, I'm going to heal twice, and that part's really funny. And that's the only reason this team works. So you heal for 8,887, then he does his death mechanic, you still have a buff, and then you heal again for another 8,000, which is a really funny bug. I think that's hilarious. It's a super, super funny bug. And then we're going to be popping in Senor Pink special in order to kill these guys, and we're just going to kill all the ads except for the cannon ad. It's going to be a little different than all the other ones. And then we're going to be just starting to do damage on the Doflamingo. This team is actually pretty close, so you have to make sure you have enough HP. Make sure you're using the ship special appropriately and the Marco special appropriately on the correct turns that I'm showing right here. And you have to have at least 16,000 HP going into the final room, otherwise you are dead. There's no way to survive unless you have at least 16,000. Luckily, there was a bug, and that's why the team works. And I thought it was really funny because the team was posted on Gamewith, and the only reason it worked is because there is a bug. So I don't know if it's going to work on the global version, but I don't know if it actually is a bug, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Then when we're ready to burst, we're going to be just going all in and popping in Marco special to reduce damage on the turn where they're both attacking. And then we're just going to take another turn and then kill these Shanks. Now, what you're supposed to do on the next 2 turns is try to stock up for orbs below, get him just above 20%, and then go all in on him. But I got perfect orbs, so I said, you know what, screw it, let's go. And then we're just gonna go in. But you have 2 turns to get orbs after that, so you should be okay. Just make sure you have enough to kill everything. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for my multi-team compilation guide for Zero Stamina, Kai Colosseum, or Neo Colosseum Diamante. My name is Sekapoko, thank you so much for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you smack the like button down below, as well as the subscribe button down below, so we get lots of support the channel, and of course, keep the channel growing. If you guys do want to get notifications on all my videos, make sure you hit the bell notification right next to it, so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Have a great rest of the day guys, peace.